There's the bell, and we've got Seth freaking Rollins ready for this one.
That's the thing with Seth. He's always ready, Michael. No matter who it is or what the situation is, Rollins will throw anything and everything he has at his opponent once the bell rings.
Yeah, Byron, and sometimes he doesn't even wait for the bell.
And over here in the other corner, Chad Gable's looking confident. Hard not to when you're a freak athlete, an Olympian, and an in-ring technical master.
Yeah, it's difficult to compete against someone with Gable's credentials. It's just a shame his personality is nowhere near as impressive.
Gentlemen, this is what I believe we refer to as unloading.
And repeated impacts like that will weaken you mentally as much as it does physically.
Ooh. It doesn't get more dangerous than a highly motivated Seth Rollins. So if Rollins is as focused and locked in tonight as he seems, he might just have this match in the bag.
You're right, Corey. Rollins' determination in the ring is second to none. It'll be interesting to see how that factors into things here. He counters with a great reversal.
Rollins escaping danger.
Oh, caught him.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hoisted up, double underhook. Weaves out
Into a clothesline.
Gable might be waking up.
Could be the table turner Chad desperately needed.
Boom! Into a DDT.
Such a devastating maneuver by Gable.
Hold on a second. He might be finding a submission. Knockout victory. This one is over.
Here is your winner, Chad Seth freaking Rollins set for one-on-one competition here tonight. An eclectic superstar, but also perhaps one of the most confident superstars in WWE.
And whether you're singing his song or can't stand his face, you have to admit Seth has all the reason in the world to be as confident as he is. Seth freaking Rollins is the dictionary definition of a well-rounded competitor.
Definitely hard to deny that, Corey. Rollins will say anything, but he can do everything.
And the competition does not get more scholarly than this. Chad Gable is about to teach you idiots some Wrestling 101.
I take issue with your tone, Corey, but I can't argue with the substance of it. Chad Gable is the kind of wrestler who sees all the pieces on the board. He thinks of himself as a teacher. And if we're being honest, there's a lot you can learn from a competitor like him. Maybe not humility, but still.
There's a lot you can say about Chad Gable, but one thing no one can deny is his in-ring acumen and technical ability. So, unless you're in the 1% of superstars who can even compare on that front, trying to out-wrestle an Olympian like Gable is basically a fool's errand.
You're absolutely right, Corey. You don't want to get into a grappling match with Chad Gable if you can help it.
Getting him right into the corner.
Good night. That was a showing of control and aggression, something they'll want to keep up.
Then a knee right to the throat.
That was just wrong. You should be a better person than that.
Return fire from Gable.
Forearm club.
Dueling reversals.
Legs caught.
Leg caught. Look out.
Such impact.
The wear and tear of this match is clearly starting to get to him.
Attacks like that are what put Gable at the top of the class.
Oh, what a response.
Taken down with a chop block. And scalp.
So much punishment has been absorbed by these men already.
And yet, they are still...
Chad.
That's it. Calling it by knockout.
Here is your winner, Chad Gable. Chad Gable set for singles action here. Gable's highly competitive, expects excellence not just from himself, but from those he surrounds himself with.
Which is exactly why Gable gets so frustrated, Cole. The lack of excellence surrounding him is astounding. If a good portion of the roster just listened to Gable and followed his lead, things would be a lot different.
Yeah, Corey, it sounds like things would be insufferable, something Gable knows quite a bit about.
And then we have Seth Rollins, a superstar who has truly earned his over-the-top swagger. Very few men have succeeded here in WWE quite like Rollins has.
Yeah, Seth Rollins really is just that good. The results speak for themselves with his mountains of championship gold and endless list of memorable in-ring moments. Rollins is everything that makes this industry special.
There's a lot you can say about Chad Gable, but one thing no one can deny is his in-ring acumen and technical ability. So, unless you're in the 1% of superstars who can even compare... Into the buckle. Roll through.
And the official calls it. Clearly, they cannot fight any longer.
Here is your winner, Chad Gable.
And things didn't go quite as Seth Rollins had planned tonight.
And it is back to the drawing board for Rollins.
Yeah, but we all know you can't keep a good visionary down for long.
Chad Gable set for singles action here. Gable's highly competitive, expects excellence not just from himself, but from those he surrounds himself with.
Which is exactly why Gable gets so frustrated, Cole. The lack of excellence surrounding him is astounding. If a good portion of the roster just listened to Gable and followed his lead, things would be a lot different.
Yeah, Corey, it sounds like things would be insufferable, something Gable knows quite a bit about.
But then we've got Seth Rollins, the man we call the architect. Rollins is a cerebral superstar who's constantly adding new wrinkles to his in-ring approach, constantly innovating.
Seth Rollins truly is a mastermind between the ropes. He knows the game inside out.
Big knee to the midsection. And Seth was able to be tamed there.
Yeah, but I don't think he's all too worried at this point in the match.
Chad is taking the advantage here.
Rollins has to find a way to right the ship here.
Jump. And just like that, we've kicked the tempo up a notch.
Dealer getting pummeled.
Very measured elbow drop.
Boom, what an elbow.
Chad Gable playing to the crowd now.
Right on the arm.
Elbow drop. Chad toying with his opponent a little bit. Hoisted up. Back suplex delivered.
Seth Rollins' chances are whittling down.
Gable has his opponent figured out.
That was a pretty textbook maneuver from Chad Gable right there.
You ain't kidding. Gable pulled out an advanced lesson from the syllabus on that one. Got him in the corner now. Continuous counters. These superstars looking locked in. Chad Gable into the turnbuckle. Look at this.
That's it. Calling it by knockout.
Here is your winner, Chad Gable.
Seth Rollins just couldn't pull off the win here tonight.
There was no rest for the weary tonight as Chad Gable showed what being an Olympic